Hi there and welcome to the mother of all sports nutrition presentations. This is fueling your Ironman Triathlon. This is the trickiest thing to get right on an Ironman. People talk about the fourth discipline of triathlon being the transition. They've never done an Ironman, trust me. Let me talk to you about a simple, easy way to fuel your Ironman and take a lot of the confusion out of it. You know, it's going to be a long day in the office, so we've got to take on board an awful lot of energy. And that starts at breakfast time and beyond. Have your normal race day breakfast time, get rid of the nerves, a few visits to the toilet, but then what you want to be doing on top of your breakfast is have an energy bar and then mix up a water bottle with energy drink that you can consume. So there's an energy gel sachet, consume that sort of hour and a half leading up to the race. And probably for me, I always have a caffeine gel at breakfast time as well. So breakfast, energy bar and a caffeine gel. Sounds a lot, but trust me, you're going to use it up. Then as you get yourself to transition, you pump up your tyres, you get your wetsuit on, you probably go to the toilet 8 times. That's the point about 10 or 15 minutes before the race starts, as you're walking down to the swim, is you take on board another couple of energy gels. And I definitely go caffeine before the swim, but that's up to you to try when you're training and figure out the best way forward. A little glug of water as you're having it on the way to the swim. And then of course, you've got that hour and a bit in the water. Then comes the big fueling point, the bike. When you're on the bike, that's your chance to take on as many carbohydrates as possible. We always suggest and we always advise to take as many calories on as you can using drinks, purely and simply because you get a better balance and that electrolyte push. So for me, we're going to work on a very simple strategy that you'll see on the side above us or below us, which is looking at 1 bottle of energy drink per hour, as along with 1 gel per hour. And that's a nice simple way to go. If you mix up an energy drink, water bottle with an energy drink, and there's just short of 50 grams of carbohydrate, and then in every gel there's another 22. So you've got just short of sort of 70 grams of carbohydrate per hour, which is a pretty good place to start. So that's for me is 1 of these an hour. I start the bike ride with 2 water bottles on the bike, and in my pack I've actually got 4 of these, and because I like to mix my own water bottles up as I'm riding. You can get drinks from from the feed stations, but there's no guarantees about whether they've been stirred right, whether there's the right consistency, or whether it's what you've trained on. That's why in our packs we put these in and we get you to train on what you're going to race on. So the bike, every hour, water bottle and a drink, and a gel, sorry. Nice and simple. Okay, you can go more gels if you want and less water bottles, but that's down to your preference. As you get off the bike, as you're in T2, we also suggest having a water bottle, half-filled water bottle, something like High 5 Extreme with a little bit of caffeine in for a boost before you go out on that run. And then this is the point where an Ironman is made and lost, because you're feeling pretty tired, your legs don't feel good, and your stomach probably feels a bit ripped, and you start to forget about your nutrition. Do not forget about your nutrition. I cannot stress that enough. This is where it really counts. You've still got a long marathon ahead of you. So again, in the marathon, some people tend to not like to drink as much. So what we tend to suggest is every hour, you're going to take a water bottle every 2 hours. So half a water bottle an hour, starting off with a full one and a drink sachet in your emergency bag. And as well as taking on board at least 1 and hopefully 2 gels an hour, as long as your stomach can sustain it. That way you're going to take on board with a half a water bottle and 2 gels is 60 grams of carbohydrate, which is the least that you want to be taking on board. When you cross the finish line, because I've got no doubt that by following this you will, you want to have a couple of these in your bag for getting changed, a couple of protein bars at least to get that, give the body a fighting chance of refueling and repairing. And that's pretty much it for your Ironman Triathlon. It's an awful lot of stuff. The hardest part, so what we do with Sport Performance is we'll sell you an entire pack with everything in it for your race day, so you haven't got to worry. All you've got to think about is where you're going to put it on the bike, on the run, and in your emergency bags and your halfway points. If you've got any questions, between Paul and I, we've finished 10 Ironman races and we've tweaked this marathon strategy as best we can. So give us a call, drop us an email, and we'll help you out. Thanks a lot.